What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dean, all the greats, plus you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have project for each individual prop, plus where the best lines at, and most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day so you can get in there before the odds end up moving. Just go to scoresandodds.com /Twitter or /Discord. Just threw it into the chat there. We got bets today. We got games. I'm running a little slow today. Got crushed last night on that last shot on the Gonzaga game, but you know what? Things happen. We keep betting. We move on. Still made some money this weekend, so can't complain. We're just gonna go game by game here and just get it started. So starting off with the first game, Chicago going up against Philly. I really only have one bet here. It's Tyrese Maxey over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists, -105 at Betway or DK. Over 24.5, -105 at Betfred. I think it's -108 over at FanDuel. He's been really, really solid this month, averaging 22 points per game. I know that Harden's going back, and part of that skewed because he just had a 30-point game without Harden, but still overall been playing really well. Hit the over with just points in 6 out of 10 games so far this month, eating up the usage, second highest usage, or maybe third. I don't know. The entire offense is Embiid, Harden, and Maxey. Like that's pretty much what it is. Maxey playing a boatload of minutes pretty much every single game. Little bit worrisome here, but overall this number is just too low. Moving on to the next game, we got Indy going up against Charlotte. Got 2 bets in this game. We got Nebhard under 14.5 points, -115 over at Betway. Yeah. Nebhard, we have him projected for just 11.7. Like I don't fully understand this line here. It's just too high. I know no Halliburton. He'll see an increase in usage, and I know it's a good match versus Charlotte. This number is just a bit too high here. And then Rozier, love this bet. Over 2.5 3-pointers bet. You can get it. I got it +106 at FanDuel. You can get it +100 at PointsBet, I believe. Sitting around -105 in most other places. I still like it all the way up to -110, -115. Rozier, we have projected for 3.5, I believe. Yeah, overall 3.5. Sorry, getting questions in the chat that I'll get to in a second. 3.46 is what we have projected for. So massive lean towards the over. As you can see, the lines have been moving pretty much all morning. It's -120 now at DK. They're going to keep moving. So if you're going to get this, you probably want to get it now. In chat, do you like Steph's alt assist line? CP3 tore Houston up in assists last time. Yeah, that's more CP3's game. I am taking Steph Curry over 3-pointers made and over points. Like, love those bets. We'll get to that soon, but I'm more apt to go with that than I am with assists. Minnesota versus New York. Have Brunson over 24.5 points, -128 Betfred. I think the line's saying at 25.5 at most places. Brunson, he's going to score here. And then Grimes, under 1.5 3-pointers made, -111 at FanDuel. Line's just a little bit too high. He's been hitting that under at a pretty decent clip. I'm rolling with it. Next up, we got Golden State versus Houston. As I was talking about, Steph Curry is going. I have Conley over 12.5 points, -104 over at FanDuel. Just too low line. We currently have him projected for, I think, 15 here. Yeah, 14.29. So just way too low line. I don't mind his alt over 15 or 15 plus at a FanDuel or Betfred. But yeah, Steph Curry is going to go nuts here. I'm going to pull up 3-pointers allowed per game because it's pretty wild how bad Houston's been. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. So let's see, pulling it up. Houston giving up 14.6 3-pointers made per game on the season. The next closest is Chicago at just 13.2, Miami at 13.2, Golden State at 13.1. So they're a full 1.4 3-pointers per game allowed more than the next closest. And that might not seem like a lot, but that's literally, they're allowing 10% more 3-pointers made than any other team in the league. Steph, obviously, what he does best is shoot 3-pointers. And I thought about, and I still may, what is the line on Klay Thompson 3-pointers? Because I think it's pretty heavy. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit it. Yeah, that's just too good of a line. So I'm also hitting Klay Thompson over 4.5 3-pointers made. Hold on, just logging in on the other screen. Pulling it up here. Of course, location services. But yeah, again, Houston is giving up just so many 3-pointers every single night. It's ridiculous. Let me get 150, 150. Great. That's always fun. Yeah, they're giving up so many 3-pointers every single night. They've given up massive games to opposing stars pretty much on a nightly basis. We've seen massive games out of so many different guys. Over the last month, over 4.5 3-pointers made. At plus 132 over at FanDuel made. Yeah, again, they're Steph or Klay is going to hit, but decent chance that both of them end up hitting. But yeah, sorry, just putting this in and I have a cough. Only site gives me Klay at 22.5 points. Yeah, I love the over there. So this is another one that I kind of noticed earlier. His line's all over the place. 21.5 minus 166, minus 150, 22.5 minus 120, minus 115, 23.5 all the way over at MGM. It's all over the place here. I don't fully understand what the right line is, but if you're getting at 22.5, I'd say that's pretty solid on the over. If the Opto likes my alternative props, I would try. I didn't bet any of them. Honestly, we don't really like the over, so I'd probably stay away from that. Last bet, Dylan Brooks over 13.5 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. is currently listed as probable, not probable, questionable. And we'll go ahead and pull up Court IQ here. Dylan Brooks' line sitting at 13.5, and I got it minus 120 on the over at FanDuel. Without Ja on the floor, he's hit the over in, I think, 3 out of the last 4, 5 out of the last 8. Yeah, he's been, where's Ja? Where's Ja? Where is Ja? There's Ja. So he still averages, he's still going to have a bunch of usage. Without Ja on the floor, Brooks averages 19.2 points per 36. If we take Triple J off, so already a decent line. I have him projected a little over 14 with Triple J on the floor if he does end up playing. If he doesn't end up playing, averages 23.35 points per 36. I'm actually going to check the lines. I don't think Betfred has them out yet. Last time I checked, they weren't out. Loading. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm going to hit his alt lines also, or as much as they'll let me. Fred to signing in. So his 18 plus is sitting at plus 220. Let's see if they'll let me get 300 on that. So 18 plus at plus 220 is pretty solid. Let's see what FanDuel has for alt lines right now. Oh, it's right there. Gosh, darn location services. Points 15 plus is sitting at plus 105, 20 plus sitting at plus 380. Obviously they don't have 18 plus. Oh, nice. So let me get 300 on 20 plus. Yeah, it's better line over at FanDuel here. They're probably not gonna let me get. I got 300 on 18 plus at plus 220. Let me get 52.60 here on 20 plus. So we're hitting all those. Yeah. So Brooks, like I said, if what's his name doesn't end up playing, if Triple J doesn't end up playing, his alt overs are just absolutely fantastic. On Brooks, let's put 18 plus points, 300 to win. What was that? It was 9. No, what was it? 960. Again, they don't have 18 plus, but when the alt lines come out, it should be somewhere around there. But it might not come out until we get news on Triple J. So yeah. Let's see, 52.6 equals to 52.48. Boom. There we go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, not a terribly long show. Not a ton of bets today. I'm riding solo. And I might have had too much fun at the game last night. The games, I guess. So yeah, that's it. We're out of here.